Now let's take a look at the single best punch. Okay, it's not the big, wide, swinging knockout punch. The single best punch is a really good jab applied with timing, distance, movement, okay, and properly. It forestalls people, prevents them from able to punch at you properly. It sets up everything else that you do, whether it's a kick, punch, elbow, knee, takedown, whatever it happens to be. Okay? Done properly, it really manages distance on your opponent. So let's take a look at how that works. Okay? And this movement is slightly different than I was taught in boxing, but after 40 some years of studying really high level classical samurai arts, where reprogramming fundamental movement and everything is really the study of the art, there are slicker ways of doing things, okay? There's better ways of doing it. So, we talked about posture. What's our posture, okay? And as you can see right here, unless you swing wide, okay, pretty hard to get punches in straight. And even kicks for that matter, they have to come wide. Okay, so wide stuff is easier to see. Okay. Wide stuff takes more time to come out wide. And so what'll happen is I'll be moving with it, right? I'll be moving with it. Moving my head, okay? So, we want the jab, the primary jab, to be as straight as it possibly can, okay? So when I release my back hip and my front leg to do this, I want it as straight as it possibly can be. I want my whole body lined up with this so that when I hit the person, okay, it stops them in their tracks because it's coming right from my feet right through him. You know, try this, have somebody, if you line this up properly, when you do this, have somebody push on it, feel where is it, how's it working for you. If they can collapse this a little, or you feel when they push on you, it pushes you back a little bit, okay, well, then you don't have it correctly. No different for those of you who are shooters. I want it, when I take that energy, I want it to run down into the ground so it's not rocking me back and forth, which makes it far difficult to put rounds quickly on a target and managing them accurately. Same thing. So, if my jab, right, if my jab collapses a little bit on the anterior delt or doesn't run to my feet properly, and I hit a guy, there's plenty of tough guys, that could actually knock me backwards a little bit. Well, now what happens is he can counter over that with a right hand or something because he can reach me. He's put me off balance. If I jab properly like this punch is longer than the right hand counter, and when I hit him, he both can't collapse me and it tends to bounce him backwards, okay? And what you're looking at, if I jab hard, when I'm looking at really forestalling and beating that guy up in the process. And if you do it properly, you know, a good jab is a hard punch. It's a hard punch when it's done properly. Now sometimes you don't punch hard because you're setting other things up. You're setting distance, time, and you watch a reaction. But when I jab, and you want to really put it on the person, okay, get them to start flinching and moving away, you have to line up to do that. So you can see as I punch, as I line my body up, right? As I line my body up, it's running all the way through skeletal alignment, not depending upon muscles and stuff. When you start jabbing like this, well, I'm wide open here. I'm wide open for lots of reasons. One, I'm not managing distance well enough to stop other punches from coming, okay? So when you're jabbing, bang. When you jab, practice sliding behind your shoulder, sliding behind your hand, okay? Again, if the person starts to try to counter with the right hand, I can slide this way. If he counters with the left hook, I can slide back because my head's always moving as well, okay? Moving the target is the safest thing at every level of the force continuum. Punches, kicks, elbows, headbutts, edged weapons of any kind, high-speed projectiles, and for those of you who get into the bigger fight, stuff that's coming from the sky that goes boom, don't be there. That's the only thing that really can protect you, is not being where force is applied. So you start that right from the beginning, okay? So when I jab, right, bang. And sometimes if the person were counter jabbing, I'll slip and jab at the same time, right? I'll slip off to the side and counter jab him as he's jabbing, depending upon how his jab works. But think about turning, lining everything up, okay? Lining everything up in the process. So if somebody's pushing on my hand right there, I can hold a lot of weight because I'm not flexing any muscles to do it. The other thing with that is we don't want to flex our exterior muscles when we're punching because they don't actually make us punch harder. Okay, that'll be another video. Okay, so line it up, boom, okay? The body turns before the punch comes out, okay? It's a fluid motion, so it's hard to see sometimes, but you want to turn the body and let this energy run through there. This energy is way more than this, way more than this. Okay, if you can learn to punch with the mass of your body and let the hands just be fast and lined up, the arms and hands be fast and lined up and thrown out like you throw a baseball or like a whip, okay, only with weight behind it, now you can really learn how to punch.